Part 1. The Challenge and the Promise. How can I do this? No two families ever had exactly the same situation to deal with or resources to call upon, but no matter what the circumstances or people's lives, we believe that all families and individuals, by virtue of being human, have deep inner resources that can be called upon and cultivated resources that can help enormously in making important choices as we struggle to bring balance into our lives and into our families. At every level of economic and social well-being or lack of it, and no matter what enormous difficulties they are faced with, there are people who find ways to put their children first. Our view is unabashedly that the children deserve to be put first, like a relay race with a long overlap in which the baton is passed for at least 18 years. Our job as a parent is to position our children to run their solo laps effectively. To do that, we need to give our all during our runs alongside them. There are many ways to do this. There are many ways to do this. No matter what our circumstances, if the will and the motivation are there, we can learn to draw on those resources to strengthen wisdom, creativity, and caring that rest within us all. That reside within us all. Each moment provides us with new occasions to do this. Mindful parenting takes energy and commitment. As does any spiritual practice or consciousness discipline, we may find ourselves wondering from time to time whether we are capable of taking on such a task that is really the work of a lifetime. Asking ourselves, how can I do this on top of everything else I'm already doing? We may find it reassuring and inspiring to discover that, to a large degree, important elements of both systematic discipline and the methods of mindful parenting are already familiar to all of us as parents. Mindful parenting as a practice and as an inner discipline is possible and practical because it arises naturally out of the experiences and challenges we already face every day as parents. For instance, as parents, we already constantly called upon to pay attention, and we already have highly disciplined. We have to pay attention and be disciplined in waking up on time every morning, in getting the children up, fed, and ready for school, in getting ourselves ready for work and getting there with work outside of the home. We are disciplined and attentive in arranging our children's complex schedules and our own, and in planning and then doing everything that needs to be done, all the shopping, cooking, cleaning, and the countless repetitive tasks of daily life in family. We are also already highly accomplished. We deal every day with constant crises, juggle competing demands on our time and energy, and utilize the incredible sixth sense that parents develop early on, which allows us to be continually aware of where our children are in each moment and of potential danger. We are also skilled of having conversations while doing other things and dealing with constant interruptions while trying to keep a train of thought. People may sometimes feel hurt or put off when it seems as if we are not giving them our full attention. But as parents, we develop an ability to give our attention to many things at once. We can speak to other people at the same time that we are watching our child, or buttoning our jacket, or grabbing her before she gets in something harmful. Such skills and such disciplines go with the territory of parenting. The more we use and develop them, as we have to as parents, the better we get at them. They become a way of being. We can make exceedingly good use of these skills and the discipline that is natural to us as parents in our efforts to parent more mindfully. The one is a natural extension of the other. Mindful parenting asks us to direct some of the energy and discipline and caring inwardly toward our minds and our bodies and experiences, and toward attending more systematically to the inner as well as the outer lives of our children, to their soul needs as well as to their needs for clothing, food, and shelter. We can bring mindfulness to any time, no matter how brief or how stressed, no matter how off we may be feeling. But to do so requires a strong commitment to cultivate mindfulness through every practice. Most of the thousands of people who have completed the mindfulness-based stress reduction programs offered in the Stress Reduction Clinic in the Inner City Stress Reduction Clinic at the University of Massachusetts Medical Center are parents. Many come with serious, sometimes life-threatening medical problems, many with difficult social, economic, and personal problems as well. Some have horrifying family histories. Many already do remarkable things day in and day out to cope with extremely difficult situations in the present and from the past. In the 8-week program, they work at cultivating mindfulness in their lives, building on their foundations of what they are already doing to maintaining their well-being and that of their families. In the process, their lives and their attitudes and the ways in which they see and relate to others, includes their children, often change profoundly and enduringly. And despite of the inherent challenges in cultivating and sustaining the discipline of mindfulness in day-to-day situations, many people report that in paying attention in new ways, they feel more relaxed, more hopeful, better able to cope with stress, both at home and at work, and that they have a greater sense of peace of mind and self-confidence. They are able to see new openings in their lives through which to steer, using their practice of mindfulness itself. Some report feeling a greater sense of freedom, a greater sense of inner control and security that they had thought possible before. In the clinics programs, the instructors introduce people to the various aspects of the meditation practice and make general suggestions for how it might be applied to daily life and to problem situations. But for the most part, it is the participants themselves, while they are going through the program, who discover how to apply mindfulness in meaningful ways to the unique circumstances of their everyday lives. This is creative and intuitive process that emerges naturally out of the practice itself. It is the same with mindful parenting. We are not telling you what you should do or what choices you need to make. Only you can determine that, because only you are living your life and could possibly know what your specific situation calls for in any moment. We are not even directing you in applying the practice, except in the most general terms. The detailed applications of mindfulness and the specific choice you will be drawn to make can only come out of your own motivation to practice, from your own commitment to honor each present moment by bringing your full awareness to it, and from the journeys of your own heart. Mindful choices will then come out of the very situations you find yourself in with your children. They will come out of your own creativity, imagination, love, and genius, which being human, are profound and virtually limitless. Besides, with so many people now carrying all the parenting responsibilities alone as single parents, with the sharing of parenting in divorced families, with people having children later in life, when they may already have grown children, with people becoming parents through adopting children or being foster parents, with grandparents sometimes parenting their children's children, and older couples having children for the first time, with same-sex couples and couples who get along together and see more or less eye to eye about parenting, and couples who don't get along a good deal of the time or who see parenting very differently, with couples where the division of labor and parenting responsibilities is highly skewed, families where both parents work full time and more, and families where with children with life-threatening diseases or physical challenges or developmental uniquenesses, families with closely spaced children, widely separated children, twins, triplets, families with vastly different numbers of children, same-sex combinations, and different sex combinations. With such a diversity of realities, there is no single way or knowledge that could possibly be relevant and useful in all circumstances. But mindfulness, precisely because it is not formulaic and because it has to do with the quality of our experience as human beings and the degree to which we can pay attention in our lives, is truly universal in scope and therefore relevant in virtually all circumstances. Everybody has a mind, everybody has a body, everybody can pay attention intentionally, and everybody's life unfolds only in moments. Mindfulness doesn't tell us what to do, but it does gives us a way to listen, a way to pay close attention to what we believe is important, and to expand our vision or what might be in any situation under any circumstances. As parents and as people, no matter what we are facing in our lives, we are all capable of remarkable growth and transformation if we can learn to recognize and tap our deep inner resources and chart a path that is true to our values and to our hearts, and to our own hearts. It does take work, but not much more than we are already doing. What it really involves is rotation in consciousness to where we can appreciate the deep seeing that comes out of present moment awareness, allowing what is best in us and in our children to emerge. To enter now the world of mindful parenting and what it asks us as well as what it has to offer, we begin by telling a story. For a time, we will be stepping outside of time in the domain of the mythological of the cycle, to returning with perhaps a better sense of what it might mean to see in a deeper way, and to trust the mystery of our own hearts. It might be helpful to keep in mind that in this realm, all the characters in the story can be seen as different aspects of our own being, and that male and female beauty and ugliness, kindness and hardness reside to varying degrees in each of us.